hours. Outside air conditioners just gave up. They ran all day long, never shut off, and it can be a real problem.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it can.
This is when they break down, is when they work the hardest.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So we're going to talk about now your air conditioning. The air conditioner is going to be working overtime. Usually in my house, it just runs all day long when it gets this hot.
I never hear it take a break.
Yeah.
Diane Ryan's live to show us what you can do to keep your AC from breaking down during this hot weekend we're preparing for.
Hey, that's right. Good morning, guys. The homeowner here usually keeps his temperature about 79 degrees. When they leave, they do about 85 degrees. And they do have some other things. They do a lot of other things in their house to keep it cool and to keep that air conditioning running. And I'm with Dan Burke, and we're actually in the powder room. And the reason why we're here is we're talking about exhaust fans. That's another thing that really sucks out the cold air.
Yes, it is. And you want to minimize, both in the kitchen, the laundry room, and the bathrooms, minimize the operation of the vents during these hot temperatures. Not only evacuates the air-conditioned air, which loads your air conditioner, but it also draws in the hot air through seams and cracks and around your windows and doors and so forth. So you want to minimize that during these hot temperatures.
And also, and if you have one in the kitchen, you want to do the same thing. We're coming out and we're showing some filters here. You change your filters all the time.
I do. Once a month I check them, and of course if there's dust storms in that, you want to be really on top of that. It's important to reduce the load on your air conditioner, both in the indoor blower side and also outdoor, and make sure that the filter is put in with the airflow in the right direction. There's an arrow on it. So.
Well, we're going to come right around here, and if you notice, the house is kind of dark, and there's a reason for that.
Yes, we use the lights and the fans in the rooms that we're in. They don't do a lot of good when in terms of your comfort if you're not in the actual room. We have shading on the south side on all windows, and also on the patio there's a drop-down shade. And we use our ceiling fans. We have ceiling fans in most rooms.
And some people are worried about their air conditioning unit running all the time with no breaks. What do you suggest on that?
Well, one of the things, if you do the things we've been talking about, you can raise the temperature settings during these hot days, especially in the middle of the day, which reduces the load on your air conditioner. And instead of maybe having it at 79 in the peak of the day today, we might raise that up 2 or 3 degrees, and with the fans running, there won't be a big difference in how you feel.
And one quick question, when you hear a noise coming from your air conditioning unit, what do you need to do?
Okay, if you hear unusual noises, or if the system trips off, trips your breaker, that's an indication you need service. And many of the things that happen can be relatively inexpensive to repair, a capacitor or a contactor and so forth. If you leave those things go, then you can end up with some very expensive repairs. So if those things are happening, you want to get those addressed.
Okay, well, thank you so much for talking to us. A lot of good information there. And trying to stay cool is not going to be easy, but boy, checking out your air conditioning unit before it gets really, really hot is always a good idea.
Good idea. All right, well, now when it gets